Welcome. So, I welcome you all to this entrepreneurship workshop regarding how to start a small business and appoint yourself as the second boss. The reason I said that an entrepreneur is a second boss because actually, no matter what we do, customer is always going to be our first boss. So from that notion, I said that how we can become our second boss by launching our own business. This is Dr. Abdullah Khan, and next few minutes I would like to share with you some thought nuggets and some best practices regarding how to start a small business. So let us bust some myths, because unless we do a reality check, we may build some pie in the sky. Our goal is not to build a pie in the sky, rather make some real pie which can be sold for some real money. So first myth, money catches money. If I have lots of money, then I will be making more money with it easily. The reality check says, putting money to make more money takes careful planning and well-executed investment strategies. So money under the mattress doesn't automatically lay egg and grow, right? So money needs to be well invested to make more money out of it. Otherwise, money would be just sitting under the mattress or in a bank account. So we have another myth is that an entrepreneur is a loner. Well, an entrepreneur most of the time has some associates, has a good friend or another member of the family. They are most of the time have a team of like-minded people to be successful in the business place. Another myth is that I have lots of experience or family background in business. I have to have lots of experience or I have to be from a business owner family to be successful entrepreneur. But the reality is, we don't have to be. The first generation business person can be successful entrepreneurs also. Myth is, I am only in it for the money. But yet, if I am only in it for the money, then I may not last long, because in the modern days, we are in it probably for a long haul. In a quick one-shot transaction may not be enough to give us a desired return on our investment. So it's not a one-shot game, and entrepreneurs have to have true passion for our line of business that we're trying to launch, right? And we have to have genuine preference for having the freedom of being the second boss. So in many competitive market, entrepreneurs will come up with a situation where being an employee for somebody else or running my own business, both can offer similar financial payouts. At least in some competitive market, that would be the case. But still, the true passionate entrepreneurs will opt for the entrepreneurial option and not as an employee, right? So the passion makes the difference. So you can't be a successful entrepreneur if you just like money and not passionate about your line of work, about your line of business. Another myth is that entrepreneurs are great gamblers. They are invariably risk-loving people. So the reality check is that entrepreneurs are pragmatic people. They may take calculated risks, but never an uncalculated one. So you have to be careful in taking risks. It can be arbitrary. Another myth is that entrepreneurs don't have to know number crunching. I know how to add, how to subtract, how to divide, how to multiply, and that should be enough. But oftentimes, we need to really know what's going on, especially some basic financial statements, right? My projected income statement, my projected cash flow, my balance sheet. Those are the basic financial statements. We need to know how they are developed. If we don't know, then we can be completely taken hostage by by whoever is crunching the numbers on our behalf. We should be able to know what the number cruncher is doing for our business, right? Another myth is that I have a new idea, therefore I will naturally become a successful entrepreneur. Reality check is that careful execution of new idea takes strategic planning. Successful translation of ideas into commercially viable product is the main thing, is the key. Another myth is that I have a great idea, so I can easily raise required funds from the financial market. Reality check is fundraising always meet with some kind of hurdles or roadblock, right? Most of the entrepreneurial ventures or startups are initially launched small scale without a pocket money, right? Or personal savings or family funds. And then you can look for some venture capital finance or bank loan or crowdfunding. Research shows that entrepreneurs who started with some of their own money, preferably 1/4 or so of the total investment, then oftentimes external investors are more willing at that point to open their wallet and investing in your passion. So it is good to be self-invested as much as we can so that other people can trust in our capability and our idea to be commercially successful. Product ideation becomes extremely important at this point. A lot of times we think we have got it, it's a new idea, it's a great idea, but once we go to search for it in the internet, we say, oh my gosh, somebody else might have done it. So our ideas need to be double-checked, cross-examined in the context of not only the local market but also the national and really the global market context. So if somebody has already invented the wheel, why I am reinventing the same wheels? Well, if I have came up with some new ideas, some new tweaks, I call them new bells and whistles, then I can take an existing product and add some new features to it. At that point, I can effectively launch this new idea. It's not the same old wheel anymore because I have added some new bells and whistles to my wheels, right? So that is okay. But until we find out what are the unique bells and whistles that I am adding to a pre-invented idea, we should be really suspicious about the commercial viability of our idea. Therefore, it is very important that we critically examine and re-examine and search and research about our product ideation so that we are self-convinced that it is truly a unique, novel, new ideas. Nobody have done it before in the local market or even national and global market, so that investors will trust and invest in my idea. So it is very important that we are self-convinced about the commercial success prospect of our ideas before somebody else we are trying to convince about it, right? Now let us discuss some steps regarding how to start a new venture. So the steps are, first step is to create a business plan. A business plan should have following components: introduction of the product or service idea, which basically this section is basically geared towards identifying the uniqueness or novelty of the idea and its product form. Second point of this business plan is the competitive analysis of industry and target market. So to analyze the broader industry in which this business will fit in, and the analysis of estimated market demand and competitive situation. Except for rare occasions, new products may also face some competition from existing providers of similar goods and services. So it is very important that we analyze the competitive situation. Again, if somebody has already invented the wheel that I am trying to invent, well, that will be considered as reinvention of wheel, right? And I will face fair competition from other people who have already produced and successfully selling similar product. The next section of a typical business plan document would be outlining the management structure. So how the organization will be managed, right? And in this section, we can also eventually will bring in the legal structure of the organization, right? And we're going to talk more about those individual sections later. So right now, we're just giving a preview of the components of a standard business plan document. So another component of the business plan document would be marketing strategies. How you will let the world know of what you are doing. We must let the world know what we are doing. Otherwise, it's like smiling to a nice person in a dark room. So no matter how good smile we give, the person is not going to be impressed with it because can't see our smile. So running a business or contemplating of launching a business without letting the people know what I'm launching is kind of like futile in that sense. Financing strategies. And in this section of the business plan document should be articulating how you will finance your proposed venture. Next section should be detailed financial plans. And this section, the more the merrier, the more detail is better to show that you know the numbers and your numbers are based on solid research and solid assumptions. And you could include some scenarios where it could be your best case scenario or real scenario or kind of worst case scenarios. And the projected cash flows. More realistic this projection will be, the more sustainable your financing strategies will be. And then appendices, all the support documents supporting your assumptions, supporting your uniqueness of your product idea, and supporting your all the other numbers that you included in the document. All those support documents should be attached in this appendix section. And after you have written all those, then go ahead and write your executive summary of the business plan document. So which would basically be the summary of the whole business plan document. Therefore, do not write the executive summary until the whole business plan document, the full-blown version of the business plan document, is written out and read well. So now we're going to be a little bit details into those steps. So the template as we're showing here from the Small Business Administration, we have seen the SBA.gov. These are the components of the business plan document, right? Business history, background and objectives, business environment, products and or services, present market, competition, marketing plan, management and organization, including the legal structure of the organization, right? And the business resources, financial plan or data, and then contract support targets. So over here, we see that our next step would be to decide on the organizational structure of the business and registering it, right? So pick one of the organizational form from the following options, following legal structures, right? Sole proprietorship. Pick this one if your business is owned and managed by you, one individual, right? And that's you. The owner is solely, personally, and legally responsible for his or her actions. All profits and loss from a sole proprietorship belong to the sole proprietorship. And the other kind of business organization structure can be general partnership or GP, right? So general partnership is formed by two or more people agreed to contribute money, labor, and or skills to a business and to share its profits, losses, and management. Partners are held legally responsible for their actions and action of the other partners. Corporation, a separate legal entity from the individuals who form it and its owners. So there's a typo here. Its owners, so owners are generally protected from personal liability. Limited liability company is a kind of structure where the legally independent entity and this limited liability company or LLC offers its own owners both unlimited personal liability for actions of the business and special tax provisions that prevents owner's tax being subject to double taxation. So if you have a LLC, then LLC is an independent entity in of itself. So LLC will be taxed separately and independently of your personal tax situation so that you can avoid this double taxation. And there is another form of business organization that's called LLP, Limited Liability Partnership. So the first one was LLC and this one is LLP. LLP has only general partners who enjoy protection from personal liability. Limited partnership, another form LP, is formed by two or more individuals, partnerships or corporations. LP has both general and limited partnerships. So LP can be both general or limited. So there are about 6 forms of business organizations are presented on this segment. So you look at your realities and find out which one would best suit you, because each of them has their unique benefits or unique pros and could be some unique limitations. Another step, obtain license requirements. In South Carolina, the following websites will be helpful for the resources: South Carolina Secretary of State website, South Carolina Business One Stop, and South Carolina Small Business Administration. And whichever state you are located, those state has those licensing requirement websites. And you can easily track them on the internet, and a lot of them have online application filing option. So in the comfort of your own location, you can fill out those forms and get registered. Step number 4, get to know the tax implication. So South Carolina business income tax, you need to know some about withholding tax, unemployment insurance tax, franchise income tax, federal, state, and county taxes, and South Carolina state government's tax-related information website is here. So make sure that before launching your business, you familiarize yourself with the tax implications of them. Step 5, strategic hunt for financing. Now you have idea, you have registered your business, you want to launch it, you need money, right? You need financing. So the organizations that support small businesses in South Carolina are Department of Commerce, Small and Existing Business Services, and then South Carolina Department of Commerce also works with statewide partners to develop programs and services to help entrepreneurs and small business owners to become successful in an increasingly competitive environment. And then we have Office of Small and Minority Business Assistance, OSMBA. The goals of OSMBA are to promote the growth and development of small and minority-owned businesses in South Carolina and to advocate that an equitable portion of state procurement contracts be awarded to those small and minority-owned businesses. So people should be aware of these options and leverage those opportunities accordingly. Also, South Carolina Small Business Development Centers, SBDCs, they have this agreement with the U.S. Small Business Administration that was established to aid small business startup ventures and to assist in the continued growth of small businesses across the country. The program is supported with federal, state, and private funds and is open to any present or prospective small business owner, generally fee-free. So there is another option called Fast Track SC. That's a coalition whose members represent the best of entrepreneurial resources in the state. And their mission is to promote entrepreneurship and small businesses in South Carolina through the Fast Track programs. Step 6, learn about the employer's reporting obligations to fiscal and other government agencies and responsibility. Reading of the fiscal guide is critical. You should do that, read and reread a couple of times to better understand the compliance requirements, and so that the entrepreneurs are in compliance, right, with all those reporting requirements of fiscal and other government agencies. Financing options. So South Carolina is open to help businesses to meet their many financial needs, and it has several tools to enhance the business and economic climate of the state, including BCI Lending Services, which is a non-profit statewide development finance institution that provides innovative financial products and capacity building services to promote growth and competitiveness of new and existing small and medium-sized businesses in South Carolina. BCI complements private sector activities through a variety of lending programs to fill gaps in funding often faced by those businesses, especially in rural and distressed areas of the state. So they fill the gap between the funds required versus funds available, right? Especially in those rural and distressed areas or developing areas of the state. And Business Development Corporation, BDC. BDC of South Carolina is privately owned non-banking financial institution organized for the purpose of promoting economic development within the state. It provides term loans to both new and expanding businesses that are unable to obtain financing through normal banking sources. Loans can be obtained for most business purposes and by various types of businesses except for investment, speculative, and illusionary ventures, right? Then we have South Carolina Capital Access Program. The purpose of the South Carolina Capital Access Program, SCCAP, is to promote economic development and job creation through small businesses in South Carolina by providing financial institutions with a flexible and non-bureaucratic resource. So you don't have to wait for the red tape. You can quickly get to the required fund you needed as long as you fulfill those few expedited compliance. And then SCCAP is based on a reserve fund concept and is fundamentally different from traditional insurance or guarantee programs, which guarantee individual loans. Rather, SCCAP works on a portfolio concept. In other words, if a financial institution participates in SCCAP, a special reserve fund which is owned by the state but managed by Business Development Corporation of South Carolina is to set up to cover future losses from a portfolio of loans that the institution makes under the program. So the SCCAP reserve fund is not specific to individual loans but is used to offset losses on any loan in the participating financial institution's SCCAP portfolio. U.S. Small Business Administration Loan Program. So SBA does not give grant, by the way. So SBA gives loans. So it's a myth that SBA gives grants. SBA gives loans, and it has some loan programs to enhance the ability of lenders to provide long and short-term loans to small businesses that might not qualify through normal lending channels. To qualify for an SBA guarantee, the lender must certify that it cannot provide funding or reasonable terms through normal lending channels. So you have to show that you have tried all other borrowing options that didn't work out, and that's why you are looking forward for Small Business Administration's loan. There are three major SBA loan programs, right? One is Basic 7A Loan Guarantee. This serves as the SBA's primary business loan program to help qualified small business obtain financing when they might not be eligible for business loans through normal lending channels. It is also the agency's most flexible business loan program, right? So explore the Basic 7A Loan Guarantee of SBA. Another option is Certified Development Company, CDC. This is a 504 loan program which provides long-term fixed-rate financing to small businesses to acquire real estate or machinery or equipment. So if you need the capital equipment purchase and you don't have required funds, you may look for this CDC, right? Certified Development Company options. And then SBA also has a microloan program. It's a 7M loan program, which provides short-term loan up to $35,000. So if you have big capital equipment need, you go for CDC. If you have smaller needs like $35,000, you may look for microloan program of SBA. And of course, other federal agencies such as U.S. Department of Agriculture Business and Industry Guaranteed Loan Program is out there. So this one helps create jobs and stimulates rural economies by providing financial backing to rural businesses. And then there is Jobs Economic Development Authority, right? JEDA seeks to provide innovative financial directions and offer products and tools to promote growth and competitiveness among new and existing businesses. It creates jobs and improve living conditions in South Carolina. And there is a private entity called Invest SC Incorporated, which is basically a fund of funds and is committed to promote economic development within the state. The program provides an invaluable resource for companies already located in South Carolina or for companies that are contemplating to locate into South Carolina. Formed by JEDA, Invest SC's purpose is to assist the Venture Capital Authority of South Carolina in meeting their goals and objectives, right? And for this, you should contact the Executive Director of Investment SC to know more about it. And I would like to reiterate that when you are in the ideation stage, you can research as much as you can on the internet, using library as a research, as a local resource for your finding out that you are not reinventing the wheel, asking your friends to cross-check, cross-examine, and review the assumptions you are making for your product's uniqueness. And it is also a good idea to kind of visit a couple of innovation hubs in the state, such as, Charleston area, Greenville area, Columbia area has some innovation hubs where entrepreneurs have some kind of ecosystem where they can support each other and help you early detect whether you are reinventing the wheel or you really have been into some new bells and whistles. So you want to make sure that you are really having a new novel ideas, either with a completely new product or a tweak to the existing product, tweaked enough so that it can be considered as an enhanced new product. So, and of course, after the ideation, you go into all those steps, right? For your business plan document writing, your market analysis, registering your business, know about the taxes, how to do the basic numbers of the financial statements, the income statement, the cash flow, the balance sheet. You want to know basics about them. And then, of course, you look for those money and launch your idea and stick to it. And because you are passionate about it, even though initially there will be some bumps on the road, you will stick to it, and eventually, hopefully, you will be commercially successful on your idea. So thank you very much for being with me. And if you have any question in this regard, please let the personnel know, or you can also email me your questions at abdullah.khan2005@gmail.com. And I look forward to interacting with you more in the future talks. Thank you so much and have a great day.